Hello children, how are you all? Let's start our social science class. Take your social science book, all of you. Have you taken your book? Open page number 44. Fourth unit, the world after World War II. In the same unit, previous classes, we have seen some parts from this same unit. So remaining parts we are going to see today, okay? The world after World War II. Okay, almost we have completed 3 lessons in history. This is the 4th unit. Got it? So from the first unit you have learned about the World War One, and the second unit after the World War One, what happened in the world you have learned, yes or no? Then in the third unit you have learned about the World War II. In World War II time, what are the events were happened in the World War II times you have learned. So in this lesson you are learning about the World War after World War II. Okay, the world, how the world was there in the after World War II time. Okay, so in that time Chinese revolution in China the revolution was happened. Okay, so in there Sun Yat-sen came and Mao Zedong, like that many people were came in the Chinese revolution time. Okay, and in Japan what was happened you have learned in the previous classes, yes or no? So after the World War II there were two superpowers. One is USA and another one is Soviet Russia, yes or no? So there were two superpowers were there. So they controlled the country. Okay, some countries were controlled by the USA and some countries were controlled by the Soviet, and rest of the countries were alone. Okay, they did not join with any superpowers. Okay, so the Cold War, you learned about the Cold War in the previous class. Cold War means the Panipur. Okay, it was happened between the US and the Soviet Russia. They did not use any weapons. Okay, they did not use any armed forces. They used they were fighting upon the economic level and the political. Okay, they political and they fight with the economically and politically only the fight was happened. Okay, that is called the Cold War. Okay, in that some military alliances were formed. They were NATO, SEATO and Warsaw Pact and CENTO we have seen. Okay, today we are going to start from Korean War. Okay, what is that? Korean War. Korean War. The war made the Cold War really hot since Korea was partitioned as North and South on 1945. Okay, the Korea was partitioned. ரெண்டு பகுதிகளாக பிரிக்கப்பட்டது. Okay, North Korea and South Korea. Okay, and the president of North Korea, who was the president of North Korea? Kim Il-sung. Okay, and the president of South Korea, Syngman Rhee. Okay, so the two parties, the two divisions were there in the Korean War. Okay, and he launched an attack in June 1950. The Syngman Rhee, before Kim to attack, he attacked, okay, North Korea on June 1950 with the help of Stalin. Okay, but when they attacked North Korea, Kim and Stalin, they did not expect that US will intervene this war, but the US also interfered. Okay, தலையிட்டுச்சு. USA தலையிடும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கவே இல்லை கிம்மும் ஸ்டாலினும். அதனால் அவங்க வந்து நார்த் கொரியா மேலே வந்து போரிட்டாங்க. ஆனால் அந்த கொரியா நினைக்கவே இல்லை, கிம்மும் ஸ்டாலினும் நினைக்கவே இல்லை அந்த யூஎஸ் வந்து தலையிடும் அப்படின்னு. ஆனால் யூஎஸ் என்ன செஞ்சிச்சு? தலையிடுச்சு. ஓகே, ஸோ அண்ட் இந்த வார் வாஸ் ஹேப்பன்ட் அட் almost 3 years. Okay, and many people were killed, but the Korean people gained nothing. Okay, the human cost was enormous. Many people were killed, okay, in the Korean war time, but the Korean people, they did not gain anything. Okay, அவங்களுக்கு எதுவுமே என்ன செய்யல, கிடைக்கல. இந்த வார் நடந்ததுனால அவங்களுக்கு எந்த யூஸுமே இல்லை. Okay, next, third world countries. Okay, so the third world countries, what are the third world countries? We are going to see. The capitalist countries led by the US were politically designated as the first world, while the communist states led by the Soviet Union came to be known as the Second World. States outside these two were called Third World. Okay, so some countries were controlled by the USA. Okay, so some capitalist countries were led by the US. They were called the First World countries. Okay, and the some countries where communist states were led by the Soviet Union. Okay, they were called the Second World countries, and outside from some countries they did not join with US and Soviet. They were alone. Okay, the states outside from these two were called Third World. Okay, so the first one is capitalist countries led by the US, and the second one is communist states led by the Soviet Union, and the states outside these two were called the Third World. Okay, so these three are the Third World countries. Very important. You have to study. This is one of the important question. Okay. Non-aligned movement were formed. Okay, so the non-alignment movement (NAM) emerged in the wake of decolonization that followed World II. At the Bandung Conference 1955, the newly independent countries of Asia and Africa gave a call for abstaining from allying with any of the two superpowers. It also pledged to fight all forms of colonialism and imperialism. ஸோ நிறைய கண்ட்ரிஸ் வந்து ஏஷியாலேயும் ஆஃப்ரிக்காலேயும் வந்து காலனிப்படுத்தி வச்சுருந்தாங்க. அவங்க வந்து அதிலிருந்து இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் கிடைச்சதும் இந்த ரெண்டு சூப்பர் பவர் கூட நம்ம வந்து ஜாயின்ட் ஆகக்கூடாது, நம்ம வந்து தனியாக இருக்கணும், நமக்கு தனியாக சுதந்திரம் கிடைக்கணும் அப்படின்னு என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, முடிவு பண்ணாங்க. அதனால் உருவாக்கப்பட்டது தான் நான் அலைன் மூமெண்ட். ஓகே, அணி சேரா கொள்கை. வாட் இஸ் தட்? அணி சேரா கொள்கை. எந்த அணியிலுமே அவங்க வந்து சேரலை. ஸோ த NAM, okay, non-aligned movement, held its first conference at Belgrade in 1961. When the NAM held its first conference, 1961. Okay, and some leaders were there. Okay, Tito, Yugoslavia; Nasser, Egypt; Nehru, India. From India, Nehru, he was the leader of India. Okay, in NAM. And Nkrumah, Ghana; and Sukarno, Indonesia. Who are the leaders of NAM? Read with me, all of you. Tito in Yugoslavia, Nasser in Egypt, Nehru in India, Nkrumah in Ghana, and Sukarno in Indonesia. These all were the leaders in NAM. Okay, the first conference were held at Belgrade in 1961. And the NAM, non-aligned movement, it has given some basic principles. Okay, they are peaceful coexistence, commitment to peace and security, no military alliance with any superpower, no permission for any superpower to build its military base in its territory. Okay, so these all are the basic principles of non-alignment. Okay, what are they? Can you say with me, all of you? Peaceful coexistence. Okay, peaceful coexistence means அமைதியோடு இணைந்திருத்தல். Okay, commitment to peace and security, அமைதியையும் பாதுகாப்பையும் முன்னிறுத்த பாடுபடல். Okay, then no military alliance with any superpower, எந்த அணியோடும் இராணுவ கூட்டுறவு கொள்ளாமல் இருத்தல். No permission for any superpower to build its military base in its territories, எந்த வல்லரசும் தத்தம் நாட்டிற்குள் இராணுவ நிலைகள் ஏற்படுத்தி அனுமதி வழங்காமல் இருத்தல். Okay, these all are the basic principles of non-alignment. Okay, this also very important. Okay, and the leaders also very important question. Study, got it? Next one is Cuban Revolution. What is that? Cuban Revolution. The United States had its satellite states in Central America. In Central America, What were the countries were there? Honduras, El Salvador, and Nicaragua, Panama, Guatemala. These all were there in the Central America. Okay, and the Caribbean area, Cuba and the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Okay, then East Asia, the Philippines, South Korea, South Vietnam and Thailand. Okay, so these all the countries were controlled by the US after the World War II. These all the countries were controlled by the US, and the US has given everything to these all the countries. Okay, and these states were governed by ruling groups made up of military personnel, landed gentry and occasionally of local capitalists. Okay, so these all the countries were controlled by the US. Okay, Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, Cubaவின் ஏவுகணை சிக்கல். In April 1961, while landing an army of Cuban exiles on the island of Bay of Pigs, the US bombed Cuban airfields with the objective of overthrowing Castro's reign. ஓகே, கியூபாவிலேருந்து நிறைய மக்கள் வந்து வெளியேற்றப்பட்டாங்க. அவங்கள வந்து பிக்ஸ் வளைகுடா அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து இறக்குற டைமில் வந்து அந்த காஸ்ட்ரோவின் இந்த காஸ்ட்ரோவின் ஆட்சியை வந்து ஒரு முடிவுக்கு கொண்டு வரணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு எண்ணத்தோட அந்த அமெரிக்க நாடுகள் இந்த யூஎஸ் வந்து அந்த அந்த ஏர்ஃபீல்டெல்லாம் என்ன செஞ்சிச்சு, பாம் பிளாஸ்ட் பண்ணிச்சு. ஓகே, தென் the Kennedy government had received intelligence that the USSR was secretly installing nuclear missile in Cuba. Finally, the Soviet President Khrushchev agreed to withdraw the missiles, and thus the missile crisis was diffused. Okay, so அமெரிக்கா என்ன செஞ்சிச்சு, கியூபாவை அட்டாக் பண்ண ஏம் பண்ணி நிறையா ஏர்ஃபீல்டெல்லாம் வந்து டெஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணிச்சு. அதே டைமில் யூஎஸ்எஸ்ஆர் வந்து சீக்ரெட்டாக நிறையா அணு ஆயுதங்களை வந்து கியூபாவுக்கு கொடுத்துச்சு. அப்படி ஃபைட் நடந்துகிட்ருக்கப்போ வந்து அந்த யூஎஸ்எஸ்ஆர் வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து எல்லாத்தையும் நாங்கள் பின்வாங்கி கொள்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு வந்து அக்ரி பண்ணதுனால இந்த பிரச்சனை வந்து என்னாச்சு, ஸ்டாப் ஆச்சு. ஓகே, Suez Canal crisis. Okay, Suez Canal crisis. Suez Canal crisis 1956. Okay, in Egypt in 1952, Colonel Nasser became its president. In 1956, he nationalized the Suez Canal with undermined British interest. With the failure of diplomacy, Britain and France decided to use force. Israel saw this as an opportunity to open the Gulf of Aqaba to Israeli shipping and put a stop to Egyptian border raids. Okay. So in 1952, in Egypt, Colonel Nasser became the president. Okay, and in 1956 he became the Suez Canal as the British interest. Okay, so at the same time the Israel was saw this, and they took as a good opportunity to open the Gulf of Aqaba. On 29 October, Israeli forces invaded Egypt. இஸ்ரேல் ஃபோர்ஸ் வந்து எஜிப்ட் என்ன செஞ்சிச்சு, படையெடுத்துச்சு. ஓகே, யாசர் அரஃபத். ஓகே, யாசர் அரஃபத். You can see the war, Arab-Israeli war through video. Okay, one video will be played. From the video you can understand about the Arab-Israeli war. Got it? Yasser Arafat. In 1969, Yasser Arafat became chairman of the PLO's, Executive Committee, a position he held until his death in 2004. So he became the chairman of the PLOs on 1969. From there to till the death 2004, he was the chairman of PLOs. Okay, Yasser Arafat was appointed commander-in-chief of the all Palestine Arab guerrilla forces in September 1970. Wearing a disguised pistol and carrying an olive branch and dressed in a military uniform, his appearance raised world awareness of the Palestine cause. Arafat was elected by the Central Council of PLO as the first president of the State of Palestine on April 2, 1989. Okay, so he was the president of Palestine on April 2, 1989. Okay, who was Yasser Arafat. Got it? Then Vietnam War. Okay, already I have told you about the Arabian, okay, Arab-Israeli war is there through the, I have given one video, from the video you can understand that, okay. Then Vietnam War. By the end of Second World War, Viet Minh controlled the northern half of Vietnam, and Viet Minh formed a government led by Ho Chi Minh in Hanoi. Okay, so the Viet Minh, that is one of the government. Okay, the Viet Minh government quickly occupied the southern half of the Vietnam. So after the Second World War II, the Viet Minh controlled the north side of the Vietnam. Okay, and Viet Minh, he formed the government led by the Ho Chi Minh in Hanoi, and this Viet Minh government quickly occupied the southern half of the Vietnam. However, the Allied powers decided at Potsdam that the British in the south and the Chinese in the north. Okay, British on the south layum, Chinese on the north. British south layum, Chinese on the north side irukonu appdinu Indo-China from the Japanese. But Ho Chi Minh had established his control very firmly, and so early in 1946. The British and Chinese troops had to withdraw, leaving the French and Viet Minh to confront each other. In March, the two governments, French and Viet Minh, reached an agreement by which North Vietnam was to be a free state within an Indo-Chinese federation. So, the French and Viet Minh, அவங்க ரெண்டு பேருமே அந்த இந்தோ சைனீஸ் அவங்க வந்து வியட்நாமை நார்த் வியட்நாமை வந்து ஒரு ஃப்ரீ ஸ்டேட் அப்படின்னு அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணாங்க. ஓகே, then fall of Berlin Wall and end of Cold War era. The division of Germany into West Federal Republic of Germany and East German Democratic Republic led to glaring differences in living standards. Okay, so the German was divided into two, West area and East area. Okay, West area Federal Republic of Germany and East area is German Democratic Republic. Okay, West Berlin's economy became prosperous thanks to the support received from the West under the Marshall Plan. Okay, in contrast, the USSR had little interest in developing the economy of East Berlin. Further, people in East Berlin suffered from lack of democracy and freedom. Therefore, people of East Berlin moved to West Berlin in large numbers. In West Berlin, on the other hand, there was a fear that the Soviet could use military force to take West Berlin. So, the German was divided into two already. I have told West and East. Is that no? So, the West Berlin was developed in economically very high. Okay, but in the East Berlin was suffered from the lack of democracy and freedom. So the people, some of the people have decided to move from West Berlin, East Berlin to West Berlin. Okay, but they feared for the USSR and their military forces. Military forces. Okay, so in West Berlin, on the other hand, so the people, they were fear for the West Berlin. In this context, East Germany began to construct a wall in. So the German was divided into two, West and East. Already we have seen. So in between the German and East German and West German, the wall was made because all the people they moved from the East Berlin to East German to West German. Okay, so the wall was made on 1961. Okay, to avoid the people migration. Okay, migration, the wall was made. Okay, then in the country some political problem was happened in the USSR. Okay, so finally both side people they started demolish. Okay, அதை என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, ஒரு தகர்த்து போட்டாங்க. ஓகே, ஆன் 9 November 1989. ஓகே, ஸோ ஆல் த பீப்புள் east side and west side they were destroyed the Berlin Wall and it was broken. Okay, and this is the reason for the end of the Cold War. Okay, so the Germany was officially reunited on 3rd October 1919. The Berlin Wall was more than just a physical barrier. It was a symbolic boundary between communism and capitalism. One side was communism and another side was capitalism. With the fall of the Berlin Wall followed by the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Cold War era came to an end. Okay, so in USSR, in Soviet Union, some collapse was happened. Okay, so the finally Cold War era came to an end. Then disintegration of the Soviet Union. In the 1970s and early 1980s, the Soviet Union continued to retain a strong and dominant position in international politics. However, its economy was suffering and was unable to match the productive capacity of the First World. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev took over as head of the USSR. Gorbachev spoke about the need for openness, glasnost and reform, but his commitment to reform apart from the opposition with the ruling Communist Party did not match the resources. Okay, so after the Berlin Wall fall down, in சோவியத்தில் வந்து சோவியத் நாட்டில் வந்து ஒரு பிரிவு ஏற்பட்டுச்சு. ஓகே, அவங்களால அந்த முதல் உலக நாடுகள் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து யூஎஸோட கண்ட்ரோலில் இருக்கிற நாடுகள் தான் முதல் உலக நாடுகள் எசானோ. ஸோ இவங்களால வந்து அவங்கள எதிர்த்து எதுவுமே என்ன செய்ய முடியலை. அதனால் அவங்க வந்து என்ன செஞ்சாங்க, யூஎஸ்எஸ்ஆர் வந்து தோல்வி அடைந்தது. ஓகே, these all were destroyed in the USSR. Got it? So this lesson has completed. From this lesson, you have learned the history of China becoming a communist country in the aftermath of Second War. Is narrated with the portrayal of developments thereafter the revolution of 1911. Rivalry between the US and USSR leading to the division of the world into military blocs and the significance of NATO and Warsaw Pact are highlighted. Cold War developments are illustrated with case of Korean War, Cuban Missile Crisis, Arab-Israeli wars and Vietnam War. Okay, a launch of non-alignment movement representing the viewpoints of third world countries is described. Establishment of Council of Europe to act independently of the influence of USA that later developed into European Common Market and into European Union today is explained. So these all we have seen. Okay, so from this lesson you have learned this all. So what are the lessons have completed, you have to write all the classwork in the classwork note as well as what are the homeworks are given, you have to write the homework. Okay, and your assignment work is history assignment work is 4 lessons have completed. Is no 4 lessons, 1 verse, book back 1 verse are there. Is no, you have to write choose the best answers as fill-ups, including the fill-ups. Okay, choose the best as fill-ups and match. Okay, match everything you have to write. Got it? And the assertion, reason, there you can leave. Only choose the best as fill-ups and fill in the blanks and match 4 lessons. Okay, write together, that is one of the assignment. Okay, then geography also till what are the lessons have completed, you have to write all the lessons one words as fill up assignment. Okay, same civics and economics. If you only in economics some lessons only have completed, those lessons one words you have to write as assignment. So 4 assignment I have given for history, geography, economics and civics. 4 assignments you have to complete, and the date will be given. For that you will get the mark. Okay, if you don't submit the assignment, you will lose the mark. Okay, and listen the class very carefully. In between the class, during the class time, I will give you some work, you have to finish it. Okay, so you should listen the class so that you can get the works. As in, if you don't listen the class, what will happen? You will lose mark. Okay, so study. Okay, study everything. Some people, I hear that some parents says that some people are only writing and keeping the note in the bags. As an it is the notes and books are sleeping. That is not good. Okay, school will open at any time, you know that. So study everything. Surely exam will be there. Got it? So prepare now itself so that you can achieve. You can get good mark. Okay, if you don't prepare well, you cannot get good mark. Okay.
Arab states went to war with the Israelis after this. This is a big moment. 4 p.m., Rothschild Boulevard, David Ben-Gurion officially declaring Israel an independent state. The Jews finally have a home. His talk is pretty nationalistic and very thoughtful. He stresses on points like the state of Israel would strive to develop the land for the good of all its residents, be based upon foundations of liberty, justice, and peace, and that Israel would ensure social and political rights to all citizens without discrimination of religion, race, or sex. But did any of that happen? See, Palestine after World War I was under British control and was seeing a series of violent outbreaks between the Arabs and Jews. And to resolve that, the UN proposed a partition plan which would divide the land into 2 states, Jewish Israel and Arab Palestine, while keeping Jerusalem a UN-controlled international zone. The votes came in. 33 countries approved, 13 countries voted against it, while 10 completely abstained from voting. And although the Arab states walked out as a form of protest, the partition plan was adopted. On the ground, tensions were high, and they continued to escalate with the massacre at Deir Yassin. This started the mass exodus of Palestinians, while Jewish immigration, which was encouraged by the Zionists, was on the rise. The Arabs were becoming increasingly frustrated as the atrocities kept growing, and with the promise of an independent Arab state nowhere in sight, Israel officially declaring its independence triggered a tipping point. Arab forces from Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq marched to Palestine. This was the first time the Arab League was formed. And for what? To protect Arab Palestine. To put it into context, the Arab states had just recently declared their own independence from colonial powers, so Arab nationalism was on the rise. And although Arab leaders agreed on the importance of forming a unified Palestinian state, their interests came first. Fawaz Gerges, a professor of international relations, mentioned this about the Egyptian and Jordanian kings, that they appeared to be more concerned about their respective strategic positions than that of Israel. And according to historian Avi Shlam, the conflict between the Jews and Arabs allowed for the emergence of special relations between the Zionists and Abdullah, who wanted to secure his plans to expand the borders of his country. Nevertheless, the armies of the Arab League launched an attack, and in just a few weeks, Israeli forces were surrounded, facing a possible defeat. That's when the UN intervened with a 4-week ceasefire, which worked in favor of Israel. Ignoring the UN arms embargo, Israel imported heavy armaments from Czechoslovakia and used the time to reorganize. This brings us to a turning point in the history of the war. As soon as the ceasefire was over, Israel launched a counter-offensive, occupying 2 strategic Arab towns which were allocated to Arab Palestine by the UN. 70,000 Palestinians who lived there were forced to flee. The Israelis closed in and continued occupying the areas allocated to the Palestinians. And the Arab armies were not as effective as they were in the first round of fighting. There was little coordination and virtually no cooperation, says Avishlam. The Arab states who were led by Egypt responded by announcing the establishment of a Gaza-based Palestinian government. But this was more of a strategic move by King Farouk to prevent King Abdullah's ambitions to expand his borders. Israel watched the Arab feud, all the while consolidating its own position. It began singling out Egyptian forces with an aerial campaign. Egypt appealed to its Arab allies for help, but its appeals fell on deaf ears. And Avishlam says that the Arab states were either afraid to intervene or did not wish to intervene. By the end of the year, the Egyptians were defeated in Gaza and could no longer support the dream of a unified Palestinian homeland. Desperate, Egypt turned to Britain for help to preserve its territorial integrity. An armistice was signed with Israel, and the other Arab states followed suit and signed separate bilateral agreements with Israel, who now was controlling 78% of the entire territory. This brings us to the end of the war. What did the First Arab-Israeli War bring? An Egyptian military presence in the Gaza Strip, and Jordan was gifted the West Bank as a token for its loyalty to Britain and the Zionists. Meanwhile, 700,000 Palestinians were driven out of their homeland. And the UN's two-state solution? Well, it never saw the light of day. It's been 70 years. The crisis of this catastrophe continues.
Our homework is study and write the short answers from Unit 4. Study and write the short answers from Unit 4. Don't think that many questions have given for the homework. Only 6 questions. So that also very important. Okay, why do I give short answers for homework? I have given this for study. Okay, you see the study and write the short answers. Okay, I did not give you copy and write the short answers. Yes or no? Study and write the short answers from Unit 4 in history. Okay, so whatever you study, you have to study the question and answer, fill-ups or choose or match, anything. Okay, anything it may be, you have to study the answers with the questions. Okay, don't study only the answers. That is not good. Okay, so whatever you study, which subject, whatever you study, you have to study the answers with the questions. Okay, so 4 lessons are completed in history. We will see the next class tomorrow.